mass
Alright, stand by
confusion.
camera 1 and
Vision's
music.
#1 news show.
I just had a thought. Don't hurt yourself.
A new Hawaii 5-0, CBS next Monday.
Be here. Aloha.
And cue music.
Disaster strikes
Master, we don't have control.
Death of a Joplin man.
Plus our
There we go.
special report
Stand by,
prescription
black,
for
stand by VR.
suicide. KOAM News at 10 is next.
Fade to destroy your VR.
Everyone wants to.
Rolling. Take.
Neighbors react to the murder of a Joplin man.
Stand by
And
1, someone
battling
zoom.
drug overdose suicides in the 4 states.
Open mic.
States most watched
Zoom.
news starts
Cue.
now.
One man is dead and another is recovering tonight in ICU after they were beaten in a brutal attack. This is KOAM
Stand by
News at
2.
10. Around to Justice.
And I'm Dow
And
Quick.
two.
Joplin police are calling it the city's first murder in more than 2 years.
One's an insert. Stand by
The
B package.
JPD has arrested and charged a man who lived with one of the victims. KOAM Shantae Lance was at the scene. She has more from police and neighbors.
Row B. Take it.
This is really unusual.
Residents in North Joplin say they're shocked. A murder could happen so close to home. But that's exactly what police
41
believe
standard.
occurred here, where at midnight last night, 2 men in their 40s were found severely beaten, and 4 hours later, one of the men died. JPD Corporal Chuck Neese.
Initially, it looks like these people are all acquainted with each other.
44-year-old William Larimore was arrested at the scene. He's been charged with first-degree murder and first-degree assault. 46-year-old Sean French died from his injuries. A record search shows Larimore and French both lived in this home. According to court documents, Larimore stomped on French after he threw a coffee table on French's head. A second victim, 48-year-old Steve Shockley, attempted to intervene and was
41
critically
standard. We'll be
injured
up to 2.
in the altercation. It's an attack that sent shockwaves to neighbors.
I've been living here all my life. I've never heard of anything like this ever happening in this neighborhood.
Jonathan Simpson lives around the corner from the crime scene. He says murders in his city are rare.
This is the first time in a long time I've even heard of a murder in Joplin.
September 2nd, 2008 to be exact, was the last murder in Joplin. That's more than 2 years ago.
Murders are not very common in the Joplin area, fortunately.
That stuff happens a lot in larger cities, but just around the corner, no, never imagined it.
As neighbors come to terms with French's death, detectives search his home for clues
Stand by
and
2.
try to find a cause. In Joplin, Shantae Lance, KOAM News.
Okay.
Police say
Stand by
William
1.
Larimore has been in trouble with the law before. In February of 2004, he was charged with first-degree domestic assault. Larimore's bond now has been set at $110,000.
Okay.
Jasper
Stand by.
County officials respond to a call of shots fired and a reported hostage situation where the suspect walks out of the
Rolling.
home and into custody.
Check.
Inside the home at 3026 North Marion, they
Clear.
found one victim unharmed
Clear.
behind the door with a gunshot
Mark
hole
full screen.
in the door, and
Stand by full
another,
screen.
the suspect's father, on the floor with an injury to his head, apparently from being hit with the butt end of a gun.
Full screen.
25-year-old Brent
Stand by
James
2.
is now in jail. He's being charged with first-degree assault, domestic assault, armed criminal action, and unlawful use of a weapon.
The search intensified
One
today
straight
for
shot.
3
Press
missing
next.
people in Ohio now that a teenage
Stand by,
girl
Fred.
who was apparently kidnapped with them last week has been found alive. One man is under arrest for the girl's kidnapping, but the fate of the other 3
Row
remains a
Fred.
mystery.
Take it.
Manuel Gallegos
Stand
has
by
the
B
latest in
package.
Nation
Row
Watch.
B. Text package.
Investigators focused on a
Net
park in
24
Mount
standard,
Vernon,
camera 2
Ohio,
insert.
combing through the pond with divers, searching by air and on the ground. They're looking for any sign of 3 people missing since Wednesday. Tina Herman, her son Cody Maynard, and family friend Stephanie Sprang.
We still want to remain optimistic that Tina, Stephanie, and Cody are alive, maybe being held against their will at some location.
But the sheriff warned there might not be a happy ending.
You just have to be realistic that there's a possibility that these folks are dead.
The 4th missing person, 13-year-old Sarah Maynard, was found alive Sunday, tied up in the basement of this house belonging to 30-year-old Matthew Hoffman. Hoffman is facing kidnapping charges. Sarah is now safe at home with relatives.
I would call her the epitome of bravery.
With few answers, a vigil was held here in town at a local church. Investigators won't say if the only suspect they have in custody is talking. Neighbors of Matthew Hoffman had their suspicions.
He was a weirdo. I mean, he really was a weirdo.
Weirdo.
His house is around the corner from the park. Searching into the night, police divers found not one but 2 cars
Stand by
submerged in
camera
the
2.
pond. At first, investigators and the crowd watching
Alright,
thought it
alright,
could be
sorry.
a grim clue, but neither vehicle
Alright,
appeared
stand by
related
2.
to the case. In Mount Vernon, Ohio, Manuel Gallegos, KOAM News.
Thank you.
The suspect,
Stand by
Hoffman,
camera 1,
once
first
served
weather.
8 years for arson. Police say there's no indication that he had any accomplices in this case.
Yeah,
Well,
camera 2,
you're going
weather
to need a
shot.
pretty warm
Oops,
coat
sorry, shot
pretty much every
there.
night this
Right
week.
camera.
Yeah, at least one day.
Stand by
Kevin
2.
Phelps.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see an active week out here, but even right now we're seeing a few rain showers moving on through the area. It's very light rain. This is
weather
stretching
net.
from about Nevada all the way back through Coffeyville. I think Coffeyville's finally seen the last of the rain. Otherwise, everybody else is looking at mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures still fairly warm for this time of night. 48 degrees to go into Cherryville. Almost 50 degrees to go into Veneta. 50 in Neosho. 49 for Lamar. 47 as you go into Bolivar. But temperatures are going to remain into the upper 50s to near 60 degrees over the next couple of days. However, we do have some big changes coming up as we go into Wednesday. We could even see a few flurries as we go into Wednesday night into Thursday. So, of course, we'll be back in just a few minutes to break down the forecast.
All right, see you soon. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. Nice shot.
Joplin's City Council gives
One's
the
an
go-ahead
insert.
to give more
Stand by,
taxpayer money to Joplin's Animal Resource and
Rolling.
Adoption Center.
Intake.
The city will pay the animal shelter $50,000
Aircheck
more
desk.
per year to take care of stray cats and dogs.
Send.
The animal center is raising its fees
Clear.
for boarding, euthanasia,
Stand by.
and cremation.
B-bike.
Joplin's contract with the animal center is based on taking in thousands of animals a year, and a fee Joplin's mayor wishes would be much lower.
Roll B. Intake bike.
You know, for that 50,000, we could hire a new policeman
Clear.
and
Stress
somewhat
13.
equip them, not completely, but or we could get a
Use
new
for something
police
else.
car.
Stand by
Or
2.
there's a lot of things we could do with that money if we have it available for use for something else.
Okay. Stand by 1.
Joplin's mayor wants the city to come up with ways of decreasing the number of stray animals that are picked up each year.
Again. Choose
It's
2
an
shot.
effort to bridge
Stand by A.
generational gaps and using faith to do
Rolling.
that.
Okay.
Leaders and members of Pentecostal churches from across the region gathered in Joplin
Clear.
tonight for an event that focused
Stand
on
by
connecting
B5.
younger and older generations. The service featured a worship service, and the guest speaker was Ron Lewis, co-founder of Teen Mania Industries. Organizers say that events like this are crucial for the church's
Roll B.
development.
Think right.
Tonight is about an emphasis and an awareness of everyone
15 seconds.
taking the opportunity to raise up next-gen leaders.
Successful
Our definition of
leadership.
next
Field
gen
tag. Stand by
is,
Q. Run over video.
not an age group, but it's a mentality and a commitment to raise up succession leadership.
And my here.
Now, the Teen Mania Ministries has
Stand
sent
by, camera 2, music
62,000 teens on mission trips around the world since its founding in 1986.
Thank you.
And that is a look at the day's top stories and weather within the first 7 minutes of
Rolling.
KOAM News
Take
at
it.
10. Still ahead, some
Stand by
local
B.
athletes signed to play at the
Roll B.
college
Take
level.
Q
But
down.
first, our
Stand by black.
special
Stand by
report,
VR.
Prescription for suicide.
Bay. Roll VR. Whew. 1-2 shot. Here's an insert.
Live from
Oh, my A
KOAM.
game tonight.
This is KOAM News at 10. The 4 states' most watched news.
For a limited time, get any Sonic.
Visit us at crossroadsjoplin.com.
Okay.
Southwest Missouri
Stand
has
by
had
A.
a chance to get rid of outdated and unused medicines over
Roll
the
A.
weekend.
Take it.
The Alliance of Southwest Missouri Safe Teens Coalition offered locations where potentially harmful medications
Clear.
could be disposed of safely.
Hundreds of pounds
Stand
of unused
by.
medicine were thrown out. Some of
Camera
them long
2.
expired, 20 years or more. Police say it's important to keep these drugs out of the hands of teens.
Yeah.
And teens are not just getting a recreational high out of these illegally used prescription drugs. Every 40 seconds, someone in the world commits suicide.
Stand by B
Locally,
package.
health officials in Southwest Missouri are noticing more people overdosing on both prescription and over-the-counter drugs.
Health workers say these are preventable deaths as
Stand by
more
B
people become
package.
aware of the issue. KUAM's Jordan Abbey has a special report, Prescription for
Roll B.
Suicide.
Yeah, take it.
Patty and David Walls share
Smoke
a
'em if you
connection
got
to
'em.
science while they're
335
inside.
standard.
Me and David were close, and I tried to talk to him and encourage him and let him know that there was hope and that he could beat this addiction.
Patty was addicted to methamphetamine, but has been clean for 11 years. 19-year-old David abused prescription medication since he was 14. He died of an overdose in February.
This is a family disease. You know, this affects the whole family. It's very difficult, you know, for families to deal with this.
2 days before her son's death, Patty was hired as a substance abuse aide at Ozark Crisis Center.
When David died, a part of me died with him. There'll always be a part of me that will be in pain. There'll always be a part of me that will feel like I could wish that I could have done more, or that the guilt.
More families are having to deal with the ultimate effect of depression. According to the coroner of Jasper County, Missouri, fatal prescription drug overdoses have doubled this year.
When it is a suicide, we want to know. We want to know that they talked to somebody, that they've been presented with suicidal tendencies for a while.
There was no note left by David, and his death was officially listed as accidental.
People do not always leave notes, so sometimes there are questions and we're not sure.
According to the Drug Abuse Warning Network, suicide is the third leading cause of death among teenagers ages 10 to 24. It's number 2 among college-age adults. Warning signs include giving away personal possessions, talking about death and dying, changes in eating or sleeping, and schoolwork starting to decline.
People sometimes are scared if I talk to them about it, it'll push them over the edge, or it'll give them the idea they weren't thinking of that. That is not true.
Patty believes her son, who had depression, may have given up on life. He overdosed on prescription drugs 2 times before his death.
When I seen that David Allen was abusing his prescriptions, I called his doctor and notified them, and they still gave him to him. Finally, one doctor, after I told him what had happened, that he had OD'd a couple of times on him, they wouldn't prescribe him anymore, but he just went to another doctor and then got some more.
According to Fitzgerald, 17% of people who die by suicide were under the care of a healthcare provider, such as a doctor or counselor.
It doesn't end just when your depression is diagnosed or identified. Ask people, how are you feeling? Are you feeling less depressed? Are you having thoughts of suicide or of harming yourself? And if anyone answers yes, that they're having those feelings, take it very seriously. Do not leave them alone. Get them to help.
Now, more than ever, Patty considers her job a blessing.
I want to see people change their lives. They're discouraged and they're hopeless and the same feelings. They're no different. I want parents to pay attention to your children. Talk to them.
Not trying to be smart ass.
Love your children. Know what's going on with them. Don't ever give up on them.
Stand by 2.
Hate the disease, but love the person.
In Joplin, Jordan Abbey, KOAM News.
Okay.
If you're concerned about the well-being of a friend or family
Stand by,
member, you can contact the Ozark Crisis Center's 24-hour hotline number. Contact information is on our website. That's KOAMTV.com. You can also view part 1 of Prescription for Suicide from our 6 o'clock report on our website now, and both parts will be there tomorrow. Still ahead on KOAM News at 10. Now, some local students are rallying to help children in need.
But first, meteorologist Kevin Phelps is up next with his complete 7-day forecast.
Say this where you
Brought
are.
to you in part by Learning Quest. 5-2
All right, one
education
come aboard to
savings
weather
program.
desk.
Invest in your child's future.
See you soon.
All right, Kevin's good.
Come and see us at
Alright, stand by Fred.
home for the holidays.
And roll Fred. And take it. Stand by 2.
Well, what started out a nice Monday turned out to be a wet Monday as we're starting to see some rain showers move through the air. They are very light, and we're only seeing some trace amounts of rain, but overall it was a typical November day as we topped out in the upper 50s. 58 degrees was the official high. Average high for this time of year is 57 degrees, so right around average. Average low, too, is 37 degrees. We made it down to about 38, so about 1 degree above average on both terms. Seeing just about a trace rain, actually a little over about, say, 2/100 of an inch is the actual official reading right now. So actually take a look at downstream casino. You can see some light rain has fallen there right now. Temperature still pretty warm, 49 degrees. Those winds out of the south at 3 miles per hour. Pressure dropping at 29.8 for inches of mercury. WeatherNet Storm Tracker, we can see exactly where these light rain showers are at moving into southwest Missouri, Cherokee County, Jasper County, starting to see some right now. Coffeyville, I think you've seen the last of the rain for tonight, and we're still going to see the cloud cover for the next couple hours or so, but overall, we've seen some pretty pleasant conditions as far as temperatures are concerned tonight. 49 is going to Parsons, Lamar 48 degrees, Carthage 49 degrees, and 50 degrees as you go into Miami. But as you pull this map out and get a real good look at this, your center of low pressure is just now in between, say, Fort Smith and into Oklahoma City. It's going to continue to push off to the east over the next several hours. So I think the majority of us will see the last of the rain by about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then eventually by tomorrow afternoon I expect most of these clouds to move on out, and we'll start to see a Canadian high pressure move on in, and we should see some sunshine return to the area. Let's take a look across the region as far as temps are concerned tonight. We're looking at 49 for Joplin, 55 into Fort Smith, still very warm down there, 47 into Tulsa, but a little cooler as you head back into Dodge City at about 39 degrees. So over the next 12 hours, so we'll continue to see the clouds and some light rain showers move into the area, especially into southwestern Missouri, but by about say 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we should see the sunshine return. We should have another nice day, temperatures in the upper 50s, so a typical November day. Then as you go into, say, Tuesday night into Wednesday, that's when things get interesting, is we're going to watch another cold front work its way into the area. And it's going to bring in some mighty cold airs. We're going to only be seeing temperatures in the upper 40s by the time Thursday rolls around, so about 10 o'clock Wednesday night, the front should be in the heart of the 4 states, and that's when we could see a chance for a few flurries on the backside of the system as you go into Wednesday night into Thursday overnight. For the rest of tonight, however, I expect to see a few showers still sticking around. 40 degrees for Joplin. We'll go 38 into Nevada and 42 into Miami, if I can clear my throat there. 57 as you go into Nevada and 59 tomorrow as you go into Joplin. Just take a look at the week ahead. Flurries Wednesday night, it is a possibility. Cold on Thursday, warm up for the weekend, and of course you can always get the latest on the month-long blog at KOAMTV.com. For the rest of tonight, we could see a few showers out there, mainly in southwestern Missouri. 45 by 9 a.m. and we should see the clouds getting out of here. So mostly sunny skies by the afternoon hours. 59 should see a relatively nice day out there for your Tuesday. 60 degrees as you go into Wednesday. Then that cold front comes on through, gives us a slight chance for a few flurries and light rain showers. 49 as you go into Thursday, and then eventually we should see temperatures warm up as you go into the weekend as I advance these graphics and cleared my throat right there.
Are you okay?
I think I'm all right.
All right.
The cooler weather catching up with you.
I know. Flurries, wow. All right. Well, take a look at this. Shoe boxes are filling up some locations in the 4 states. That's because nearly 1,300 shoe boxes full of Christmas gifts were collected today in Neosho and Joplin.
This is the first day of Operation Christmas Child's National Collection Week. Last year, 8 million gifts were collected and shipped to kids in more than 100 countries, collected all over the U.S., of course. Boy, Todd Haley, he does
stand by
this.
for music, stand by.
Well, I guess,
Josh McDaniels does that.
Todd Haley goes, I'm not going to shake your hand. That was getting a lot of attention.
And he said something, too. Wish I could read lips.
Yes, yeah, I know. We'll be able to hear from the coach in sports in a second. In KU basketball, they look to jump out to a 2-0 start early in the season.
This Saturday, $500 will go every 30 minutes in Lucky Machine drawings at Grand Lake Casino.
1 at the Plasma, 2 white race shots.
Vehicles. Shepherd Team Auto Plaza, Fort Scott.
Roll for a target. Stand by 1. Jim.
The Kansas City Chiefs lost 49-29 to the Denver Broncos yesterday, but the talk today not about the game, but what happened after was the handshake between the coaches. After the game, Broncos coach Josh McDaniels went to shake Todd Haley's hand, but Haley would have none of it. Instead, giving a few choice words to the Denver coach, and today, Todd Haley apologized.
Roll line, take the audio.
I do believe in doing what's right, and that was not right. I let the emotions of the situation get me too much, and I apologize. I apologize to the fans and to Denver and to Josh.
Thank you.
The Dallas Cowboys got its second win of the season yesterday in Jason Garrett's first game as head coach. The Cowboys look like a different team under Garrett, beating the Giants 33-20, and the interim head coach Artie is well schooled in the coaching cliches.
The oldest cliche in sports is to take one game at a time, but it's probably the truest cliche that I know. You really have to stay focused on the moment, and we had to put what was behind us, and we had to keep it behind us. We had to focus on the Giants and try our best to prepare for that game, and then do what we can do for those 3 hours to win that game. And I think we were able to do that, and now we got to learn from it and go forward to the next challenge.
Parsons, Kansas native Sean Hill is back under center for the Detroit Lions. Hill was 29 for 50 yesterday, throwing for 323 yards, 1 TD, and 1 INT. In a losing effort, though, to the Buffalo Bills, Hill stepping in for starter Matthew Stafford, who injured his shoulder again,
But Hill, not completely healthy himself. He's playing with a splint on his left arm after breaking it a few weeks ago. But Hill is not making any excuses for the loss.
Take a bite.
Offensively, we struggled a little bit.
19 seconds.
Shooting ourselves in the foot, you know, when
you're
playing,
those situations.
the weather's not great, it's windy, it's rainy. Third and longs are very, very difficult, and we were in too many of those. You know, we were making too many mistakes on first and second down, getting in those situations.
Yeah.
KU basketball looking to go 2-0 this season, hosting Valparaiso today. Kansas entering Allen Fieldhouse ready to go. First half, it was Tyrell Reed. He's going up top to Marcus Morris on the alley-oop layup. That made it 14-9 Jayhawks. And are you Gaga for the Hawks? Maybe Lady Gaga for the Jayhawks? I don't know. Later in the first half, Mario Little, he finds Thomas Robertson. He lays it in, 23-14 KU. KU starts to pull away at this point. It's Brady Morningstar with the alley. Marcus Morris finishing it with the oop. 34-19 Jayhawks. Second half, more of the same, more alley-oops. This time it's the Morris brothers hooking up. That made it 48-29, and then it's Marcus Morris with the baseline reverse here for KU. They win this one 79-44. So KU is 2-0 on the season, and now high school teams in Kansas can break out the basketballs as well. Today, the first day teams allowed to practice, and with the start of the season comes new coaches polls for the Kansas conferences. And if you'd like to view those, you can head to our website. That's KOAMTV.com. More local athletes signing to play at the next level today. Webb City's Katie Fox. She put the pen to paper and signed on to run track and play volleyball for Jury in Springfield Mo. She will run the 100-meter hurdles and the high jump for the Panthers, and this has been a dream of hers for a long time.
B, take the bite.
Since 6th grade.
Run 7, stand by A.
It's been a long process, but it's worth it.
Row A, cue him.
And also at Webb City High School, Haley Roderick signed the dotted line and will take her talents to Pittsburgh State.
Stand by B, bite.
Basketball for the girls, and she will triple jump for the Pitt State track team. She says she likes staying close to
Row
home.
B, take the bite.
I know that
run 6, stand by 2.
Clear. That was one of the big things for me too.
Get him.
So it's good. Haley apologized there.
That's good. It was good to hear because obviously it was a little bit embarrassing, I think, for Chiefs fans to see him do that. But there's still a mystery as to just why he's snubbed McDaniels.
They asked McDaniels too, and he said he had no idea why and had a lot of respect for the Chiefs organization because he worked with all those former Patriots members when he was with the Patriots too.
Yeah. Who knows?
I don't know.
We might hear more.
Just a bad day. Chalk it up to that.
Stand by A.
Still ahead. Some local students are pulling together to help children
Roll
in need. But first, we thank a soldier serving our country.
Specialist Jonathan Leitenberger has been in the U.S. Army since 2005. His hometown, Girard, Kansas.
Stand by black, stand by
KOAM is proud to salute Jonathan Leitenberger, our 4-state hero. And if you have a hero you would like to nominate or you want to check out our other heroes, just go to our website, KOAMTV.com.
Musical. VR.
Affordable housing for cost-conscious.
Going on now. With Ed Furniture, North Main, Fountain Road, in Joplin.
Hit it. Stand by 2. Water. Here we go.
Okay, how's
Stand
that
by B
song
with
go?
Nance.
Make me want to shout.
Row B, take Nance full. Stand by Kiranda.
Not quite the same song, but hey, that's a shout out for Operation Toy Box. Sounds much better. Southeast High School in Cherokee, Kansas today kicked off its participation in KOAM's Holiday Toy Box campaign.
There's Vance Lewis, our promotions director. Officials say
Japan.
Southeast is the first school in the 4 states to adopt Operation Toy Box as its official school-wide fundraiser. We saw Vance there. He was on hand as master of ceremonies. School officials say the process of giving back benefits everyone.
Roll A, take a bite.
When we can help our families and our patrons, of
15.
course, and, that is not only helps build positive goodwill between the families and the district, but it also brings us a unifying method with all the different people here.
Well said, and just when you thought it couldn't get any more exciting, Southeast's assistant principal, Ben Proctor, was recognized for being named the area's Assistant Principal of the Year by the Kansas Association of Secondary Principals. Still looking for partners, by the way, for our Toy Box campaign. Your school, your club, your business, whatever.
That's
Contact us, KUAMTV.com.
We'll take your partnership. Now let's check in with Kevin and our weather.
And we'll continue to see a few showers rotating through the area through the overnight hours into early morning into Tuesday. I think in the afternoon we'll see sunny skies, 59 degrees for your high. A cold front comes through Wednesday night, though. Could bring us a few flurries into the area. Only 49 degrees for your high on Thursday. So if you don't have those winter coats out, guys, you might want to get them out now.
49 for the high. That is cold.
Oklahoma City on the road tonight in Utah. They get the 115-108 victory.
All right. Thanks, Brandon. And thank you for watching KOAM News at 10.
Let's make it a great
Hands up. Go. Stand by black, stand by the arm. Okay, roll the arm.
Salon service is provided by The Wild Side.